Hey guys, how you doing today? This is Nova1986, and before I even say anything else, I want to apologize because I wasn't able to upload a duel video for the Hazy Flame deck, as I promised at the end of the video. You guys probably noticed that, because though I did actually record one, but it was very, very boring. I mean, literally nothing happened, nothing interesting went on. It was just a bore, Snorefest. And I didn't feel like you guys deserved that, so I just kind of scrapped that idea. Plus, I've been really busy at work. Yesterday I had to work a 3:30 to midnight shift down at Target, so kind of been busy there. But I'm going to make it up to you guys, because today I'm going to give you a dual video with this deck you see in front of you. And this is a deck of the Venom archetype. If you guys don't remember, Venoms were that deck that were kind of... It wasn't even a deck, really. It was like that archetype that was used in GX by that villain, what was his name, Viper? And it had this really cool OTK with Venom and Naga, which you see right there. And the Venom King, which I don't play because in this version of the deck, you really don't need it. You'll see why in a minute, but let's get into it. First we play 3 Venom Serpent, and you play this basically because its effect allows you to place a Venom counter on a monster per turn, and Venom counters are really good, as you'll see here in a few minutes. And he's really just good for rank 4 plays and all that. Next we play 3 of the Venom Cobra. Only play this for defense because it's at 2,000, which is pretty good, and it's a target for Rescue Rabbit. And then we play 3 of the Venom Snake. And we play this because, again, it can place a counter on a monster, but apparently this card cannot attack, which is why Venom Serpent is actually better. But it does have a higher attack. It's 1,200, so it's the Beef Stick normal summon. And then we play 1 Boa, because even though it can place 2 counters, it still requires a tribute, which in this deck you're not really going to do that often. Plus, it's just cloggy, so just a 1-up is fine. Then we play 3 of the Venom and Naga Deity of Poisonous Snakes. Now you may be asking yourself, why are you playing 3 of this? This card has a very specific requirement to bring out. It does, but as you can see through one of the OCG spell cards we have here, and I'll talk about that in a minute, we can really bypass this. But I'm going to get into that in a minute. First, we're going to discuss its effect on its own. So basically, it gains 500 attack for every reptile. So in theory, if all of these were in the graveyard, you would have 9... 10, 11, 12, 13. You would have a whole bunch of fucking attack ones. Let's put it there. Not to mention some of the reptiles in couple of reptiles in the extra deck. But anyway, so basically, yeah, this card is unaffected. It also cannot be targeted by, and it's unaffected by spell, trap, and monster effects, which is really, really good, actually. Especially in this format when so many things target and so many things can be affected. It's really good. And it does have that win condition card, which you can get off. I mean, with this version of the deck I'm playing, it's not going to be a phenomenally high attack, because you can see, ironically, I'm not playing that many reptiles, but still, pretty nice to have. So when you gain 3 Hyper Venom counters after you deal damage, you win the duel, which again, good win condition, but most likely you'll never really get it off because you will already kind of get your opponent down to enough to where it doesn't matter. For the non-Venom monsters, we play 3 Kage Tokage. Since most of them are since most of the monsters we play are level 4, we can use this, and it's instant rank 4 summon. 2 of each of the hands. As I said before, I usually don't like playing the hand engine because I think it's kind of scrubbish, but it's actually kind of necessary in this deck because there's not much consistency with levels, as you can see, level 3, level 5, level 10. So yeah, these are kind of necessary in the deck. I only play 2 of each because I didn't want the deck to become too monster heavy. Then of course 1 Rescue Rabbit, which of course is a target for Venom Cobra. For the spells, we play 3 Bolt from the Blue. This is the new OCG card that we'll be getting in Secret of Eternity when it comes out in January. Knowing this card, it'll probably be a secret, although I could be wrong. Basically, what this card allows you is to special summon a level 10 or lower monster that cannot be normal summon if set, ignoring its summoning conditions. Which this cannot be normal summon or set, ignoring its summoning conditions. And it is unaffected by other card effects except its own, which is fine because this card already has that effect. Also, but is shuffled into the deck during your end phase. Now, you might be thinking, well, this is a problem. Actually, it's not, because this effect states it is unaffected by spell or trapper monsters, meaning it will not be affected by the shuffling deal from the blue, meaning this card will stay out. So you can see the combo here, and it's super awesome. I really love it. But anyway, yeah, the only other stipulations is you cannot normal summon, set, or special summon other monsters, and your opponent takes no further damage, which is fine. So you're not going to be able to get that one hyper counter first turn, but still, really good. Next, we play 3 of the Venom Swamp. This is the field spell for the deck. Basically, during each player's end phase, you can place one counter on every Venom counter on every monster except for Venom monsters, and they lose 500 attack for each one. And when they hit 0, they get destroyed. So since you're going to want to try to keep your Venom monsters out for a while, it'll weaken your opponent's monsters easily. And I like how it says during each player's end phase. So that way, if he's got a big, beefy motherfucker, it's not going to take forever to take that down. Next, we play 2 of the Venom, 2 Pot of Duality, 2 Mystical Space, 1 Soul Charge, and 1 Raigeki. Next, for traps, we play 3 of the Dimensional Prism, 1 of the Venom Burn. This card is kind of a burn damage card, as in name, Venom Burn. Basically, what you do is select one monster with Venom counters on it, remove all the Venom counters on that card, and your opponent takes 700 damage for each one. So your monster's just about at 0. You activate this. You could deal, at least 2100, which is pretty good for one trap. And at the same time, strengthening your own monster. Then we play 1 Bottomless, 1 Torrential, and 1 Solemn Warning. For the extra deck, we play triple King of the Feral Imps. What I like about this is that, for one thing, you can detach 1 material and you can search for a reptile monster. It doesn't. I thought it always said 1 level 4 or lower reptile monster. No, it's any level reptile monster, which means you can search for this bitch, which is really good because this card has a stipulation. I probably should have said this in the beginning. It says that it must be summoned from the hand. It would have been better if it actually like that, because if that would have been summoned from the deck, imagine you draw all 3 of these and then you draw this. Like, your combo's dead. Your deck is basically, you're done for. So I like that this can add to your hand, any level, and this allows it to, and this has to be summoned from the hand. So if you don't have this yet, you just use Feral Imp, detach, and search. And then, do your fancy shit. That's awesome. Then we play 1 Ragna Zero. This is really good for the deck because your opponent's attack is going to be decreasing constantly if you have Venom Swamp out. So constantly destroy, draw a card, then attack. It's awesome. 1 Carnigan Knight, and then 1 Kestel Skyblaster, obviously because he's a staple. 1 Dark Rebelling Z's Dragon. I really like this card personally for me. I know it's not the most practical, but I still really like it. Heartland Draco, Abyss Dweller, Diamond Dire Wolf, Gaga Cowboy to push for that OTK. Maestroke, Black Ship of Corn, 101, and Exciton. Alright guys, so that was my Venom deck profile. Tell me what you guys think of it, and I promise you I will have a dual video uploaded pretty shortly after this one's uploaded. I'm going to try to record while it's uploading, being my computer doesn't be a complete bitch and doesn't want to slow down the uploading process. So yeah. So that was my deck profile, guys. Tell me, like I said, tell me what you guys think of it in the comments below. Tell me if you think it could improve. Tell me if you think this is even a deck worth playing. I've played this a couple times. It's actually worked pretty well for me, and I've played against like Shaddolls and Burning Abyss, and I've won games. So I'm feeling pretty confident. So this has been Nova986, and I will see yins later. Peace.